Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to be reading a file, and we will eventually be taking the data from the file, storing it into array, and then sorting the array.
Yes, so this project's going to actually include a whole lot of different programming concepts.
Right.
The first of which is going to be file input. So we're going to do that in this video, and then we're just going to continue on. So before you move on to the next section, make sure you perfect your skills at this.
Okay, so this first section is just going to be reading a file.
That's it.
Okay,
Simple.
So let's start a new project, and we'll call it sort file.
So here we have this.
Okay, so the first thing we want to do is let's make a data file.
Okay.
So let's go to the home directory.
So
Okay.
simple. We'll just go here to home. And here we have all the stuff that we've been working on.
Right, so you'll see the sort file directory. So we're going to open that up. And in this root section of the sort file project folder is where we want to put our data file. So let's create a new text file, and let's call it data.txt.
Alright, we can do that. Such as this.
Alright, so let's open this in Kwrite.
Right click, open with. Let me associate this with Kwrite.
Because Kwrite is awesome.
Kwrite is my favorite text editor in Linux. VI is yours, I think, right?
No, I switched.
So we have a simple text file, and we're just going to put some data in here.
Right,
And
so let's throw some numbers around.
Sure.
9, 5, 4, 3, 2,
4, 3, 4,
7,
12,
9er.
16.
Oh, damn.
So, alright, do we want more numbers, or is this
maybe
good?
let's do like 2 and 7.
How about we do like another occurrence of the same number?
Alright.
And should we do a new line at end of file, or just save it like this?
Yeah, let's do a new line.
Alright, and then
Keep
save
it clean, keep it clean. Alright. So now that we have our data file, let's jump back to NetBeans.
And I'm going to make this go away again.
Woohoo!
So we have all the room to work with.
Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to import the Java IO.
And that's going to be right here.
Yep. Oh, you got a little Jave going on.
You mean
Java.
that's not how you spell Java? It's like Java.
If we were in France.
What do we got here? What did I do wrong?
Semicolon. Hee hee.
No matter how long you program, that seems to be a reoccurring problem.
Alright, so in the main function, in this public static void main function,
On line 25.
we're going to kill that stupid little comment there. Alright, so let's try bracket. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to define a type, an f stream of type file input stream. So it's capital F, file, capital I, input, capital S, stream. Alright, and we're going to call this f stream, and that's going to be equal to a new file input stream.
I'm going to do this on a new line. Save myself valuable seconds. What's next?
New file input stream. And now in parentheses, this is where we actually tell it what the file name is. So our particular file is data.txt, and we'll put that in quotes. Alright, so now we've created a new file stream that's connecting to our data file. So now in the next one, we're going to do a data input stream, and we'll call that in. That's going to be equal to a new instance of a data input stream, and that stream is coming from fstream, which we defined above. So that's in parentheses and a semicolon. Moving right along. So now we're going to define a buffered reader, which is a predefined type in the Java IO. So that's going to be a buffered reader with a capital B and R, and we'll just call that BR for short. So now this is going to be equal to a new instance of the buffered reader. And now in parentheses, we're going to be passing a new input stream reader. And in parentheses...
Hold on one moment. Let me take this
let's
down.
clean it up a little bit. There we go. Now in parentheses, in, which is our data input stream. The next line. So now let's define a string as a string line, str line. Alright, now let's do a while loop so we can read this entire file. So while a string line equals br, the buffered reader dot read line lowercase r, and then parentheses. Alright, and then after that, space. So while the string line as the buffered reader as a read line, so when this is, the value that's being passed is not equal to null, which means there's still content in the file, we're going to do the following. We're going to print what we just read. So system out print line str line.
Okay.
So now after this while loop, let's close our in stream. So in.close and the parenthesis semicolon. Alright, so now after that, we want to do a catch. So we're going to go down one bracket to the end of the try.
Gotcha.
Because try catch kind of go hand in hand.
They're like buddies.
Yeah. So after that, we're going to catch, and then in parentheses, exception E with a capital E, and lowercase e.
Okay.
Alright, so now in that catch, let's do a system.err for error, .println, and then in parentheses, we'll just say error, colon. And after the parentheses, we'll do a plus.
You mean after the quotes?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Plus e dot get message, and then parenthesis, and that's it.
Okay.
So now this should read the file, and it should print out everything that we read.
Okay, so we have all this here in front of our face. Here is the main function right in front of our face, F6.
And we get an error.
Okay, so let's debug this. Where do we have this problem? Right here.
Incompatible typing. Okay, so the error was caused because we need to kind of enclose this string line equals br read line in parentheses. It's kind of particular about that.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay, so now we'll save that and we'll run that.
F6.
So this will print out everything that we have in our file, which it does.
So and it even prints out the
end line.
the extra line.
Yep.
Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to come back in the next video once you get this down perfect, and we're going to store the contents of the file into an array.